The hand that signed the treaty bred a fever, and famine grew and locusts came. Great is the hand that holds dominion over man by a scribbled name. Dylan Thomas, deaf poet. Let's get it going.
I got a story to tell.
Ideas kiss similes so deeply.
Deaf poetry.
Your existence is fractionally status quo. I just got my wings.
And I was searching.
My people's in the house.
Drop the empty pursuit of props.
Pharmaceutical schemes. Somebody's got to hear my story.
Give it up, give it up. Russell Simmons presents Deaf Poetry. Poetry.
Ladies and gentlemen, your host from the planet of Brooklyn, Most Def. Without New York. Shout out to the Lower East Side, no doubt. Shout out to all the New York, Tri-State area, West Coast, East Coast, wherever. We're gonna get into it. Tonight's theme is fire. Fire can either warm you, it could burn you, it could light a path, it could destroy a path. The writers here to the element of fire somewhere in their work. Some of these poems may be the spark that inspires you. Some of them may be the fire that makes you blaze a trail up out of this building. Whatever they be, they all promise to be hot and deaf, because this is Deaf Poets. All right? Therefore, we're going to get it going. Let's set it off from New York City by way of Chicago. New York City, please give a Deaf Poets welcome to Maida Del Valle.
What's up, New York?
It's nice that you can claim your clan to purebred pedigree descendancy, but middle passages mark the makeup of my amalgamated Afro-Boricua ancestry. I know it's kind of hard to see the motherland legitimacy in me, but I can't deny the fact that Yoruba songs lay in the lines of my mother's palms as she puts her hands up, offering up psalms, seeking the calm offered by God's son, cause when the day is done, the color of my skin still marks me as an alien in the country of my birth. I can't check myself into a box. I be ignoring mommy straight and poppy's nappy locks in me, the Chi-Town, Midwest, windy city in me, the bebop, hip-hop, non-stop, salsa con sabor, queen of soul in me, the growing up next door to Mexicanos with orale cabrones, tacos and tamales in me, the B-girl days while spitting flames and painting trains in me, the taína con dolor in me, the Marvin Gaye and sweetened lemonade on sunny days in me, the descendancy that doesn't deny the darker shades of skin in me, the what in me? Yes. What you claim, you can't see, so descendancy, descend from your so-called position of privilege and see me for what I be, cause I be a Rican, a Chi-Town, not a New Yorican, a Chi-Town Southside, Rican simply seeking to see if I can fit in. I dare you to sit still in your chair and intellectualize what I can only make sense of by feeling. I see you're being blind, not seeing past the kinds of fabricated fictional fables, assaulted ancestral accounts. I should be calling your historical scribes ASAP, the way they stop the truth from being illuminated. Misinformation being fed to my generation. Our youth are tired of being intimidated through tactics that are trying to force my assimilation, causing me to question my creation. You must have mistaken me for Hansel and Gretel, thinking I jumped into the melting pot, always trying to place me in constant categorizations of populations. You calling this shit civilization? My so-called pre-Columbian, savage, unenlightened ancestors had more humanity than your Microsoft Macintosh technology monopoly information highway riding barebacks on the backs of underpaid third world women and children. 85 cents a day for making $100 Nikes, nuclear bomb dropping, immigrants stopping death by lethal electrocution, injecting lies of let me get my piece of the American apple pie dream into our children's mind society. Let me order your new worlds and paint the White House brown, cause I'm going down, yes, I'm going down to the earth, searching my roots like Haley's, and I'm writing comments back to the past that becomes my future, that is my present, that is my now. I'm going back seeking my descendancy.
Representing Muskegon, Michigan, ladies and gentlemen, poetry.
My money's been acting funny lately.
And I don't mean ha-ha funny. No, I'm talking strange, weird, different type funny. This time, money's going all out, leaving me, showing up, then leaving as quickly as she came, ignoring me, treat me like a poor man. What'd I do, boo? All I ever did was love you. Maybe too much, because now it's like we ain't cool no more. We used to be road dogs, inseparable. But lately my money's been acting funny and I haven't seen money in months. I got more than a hunch she's playing me, trying to make me jealous, hanging out with other fellas, always in some other brother's pocket. I try and tell her, man, those other guys are just using her. They just using you, money. She don't want to hear me. She don't want to hear me. She don't even return my phone calls. She don't stop by the crib like she used to. She won't go to movies with me. She won't even go get nothing to eat. And you know a brother can't eat without money. Don't you know I miss you? I want you. Okay, I need you to survive. My life revolves around you. I can't replace your money. Believe me, I've tried. There's only so much bread and water I can take. Call me spoiled, but I remember the days when people used to see us at the hottest clubs, the expensive restaurants, all the high-priced stores. I made sure I looked good with money. I treated you right. I never abused you. Did I? Did I abuse you, money? Did I get used to you hanging around and now you giving me a taste of what it feels like to live without you? People still think we're tight. I mean, they still ask about you. I don't like them all in my business, so I just reply, you know, money and I aren't as close as we used to be. My money's been acting funny lately. I can't even call out a name when I'm shooting ball. Oh, I saw her the other day in Beverly Hills. She didn't even acknowledge me. She looked at me like, how you get in Beverly Hills? Like I don't belong. Ever since money hasn't been around, I feel like I'm losing my other friends too. American Express, Visa, Discover, now they starting to act shady. I think she's spreading lies on me. I tell you, I don't know what I did, but my money's been acting real funny lately. And I don't know her anymore. And my life ain't the same. Never will be the same until money comes back into my life. So if you see her, or any of her cousins, because she got a whole bunch of family running around, let her know that I miss her, that I love her, and I want her to come home.
From Motown, Detroit, Jessica Care Moore.
This poem is called Warriors Walk Alone, and I originally wrote it for Erykah Badu, and I'm going to give it to all women who use their words as their weapon in their survival, and, you know, just all the sisters in the audience, we just deserve this shit. Here we go. Warriors walk alone, but stay protected by their pack. Give them everything they wanted, then take it all back. Make them find their icon in the mirror, sprout their own fear and watch them grow. Tell their story, cry when you do it. Turn your blood to funkadot, polka dot, sign your name in red. Change the I to Y because we have to change. Because black girls are dying because no one showed us how to live. Mama fish, the children will revolt. Whispers and reports of oil spills will kill the women who make revolution food for their children. A penny bank full of butterflies will never cocoon into enough cash to pay for the expectations of spectators, gypsy haters. Watch your colorful wings in the well. Wash your colorful wings in the well. Know that all your wishes add to our spicy bitches brew. We are who was sent to you, so who sent you? When the shit goes down, will you remember which way the bluebird flew? I advise you carry your compass and your scissors next time you go fishing for the worst part of good. I hope your ideas of consciousness can get you out this hood in one piece. We wolves always come in peace. We are the traveling leaf that cries for trees. Music angels, stretch your warrior marks. Mark your warrior path. Stretch marks, tattoo your tempo. Swallow your dimples. Hide your style. Market your spirit. Sell something. Call it off. Save them. Sacrifice. Drink water. Laugh and breathe. Pray. Cross your legs. Get your gun. Wage the war. Make them buy it. Rock it out. Make them beg. Put the hits on the B-side. Smile, warrior. Listen for your tribe. Here we go. Check your footprints. Pick them up. Shoot them down. Take the A-train. Bite your story. Save your tongue. Just get there. Leave a few of us behind. Leave a few of us behind. Chant backward rhymes. Store your milk for ammunition. Use your intuition. Shave your hair. Wish them luck. Tell them hunters, we don't give a fuck. Scar your face, pierce your nose, or wrap the package, define the present. Tell them, nah, just when they think they have it. Meditate while they criticize it. Burn sage for the liars who print it. Turn down the stove, only boil with natural fire. Burn down their house, burn down their house. Watch the words melt, write a new song. Save the ink, write a new song. Lead them to the mermaids. Carry your pepper spray, wear your hooker boots. Tease them, make them prove their identity. Brand it to their bodies, force them to pin a star to their clothes. Convert the masses, design the logo, create a real revolution when no one's looking so they will never see us coming.
That's not enough I can say about this cat, so I'm going to just introduce him. Ladies and gentlemen, from Chocolate City, Washington, D.C., give it up for my man, my brother, Dave Chappelle.
Thank you. Thank you all. I'm having an artistic dilemma. I have two poems. One poem is older, and one poem I just wrote backstage. Which one would you like to hear? Wait! How many for the old one? How many for the new one? All right, so remember, if it sucks, you ask for it. One night at 3 a.m., I went to the corner store. I forgot why. Oh, that's right, I wanted a bite. I had the munchies because I was high. The store is owned by Mr. Fong, and every time he sees me, he does me wrong. He's Korean. Now, I'd never say I hate all Korean people. I haven't met all Korean people. That hate talks for savages. But even though I don't generalize, I do percentages and averages. So far, I hate 1 out of 5 Korean people I've met so far. So I come in the store. Hello, Mr. Fong, I say, and he just scowls at me and growls at me. Buy something. Hurry up. Now look, I'm not stealing in the least, but if you're shopping and you know someone's watching you shop, that shit'll make you look like a thief. Mr. Fong said, hey, I've been watching you since you came in the door. Buy something now or get out of my store. Now, I couldn't take it anymore. Hey, I said, raising my hand, get your fingers out of my face, Chinaman. Mr. Fong said, hey, what make you think I'm Chinese? You must not know what you're saying. You made a mistake, Brackman. Mr. Fong is Korean. Now, I was wrong. I said, Mr. Fong, I'm sorry to offend by mistaking your race. But you gotta admit, if it was a Chinese look-alike contest, your ass would place. You're a dead ringer for a Chinese. But don't be mad at me. I didn't mean to offend you in the least. You know, some people say all black people look alike. We call those people police. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. The next guest, you could call him many things. He's been called a poet, an essayist, a playwright, a novelist, an activist, and you can call them all those things and you'd be absolutely correct. But that's just scratching the tip of the iceberg. It's over 13 published volumes of poems, 20 plays, 3 jazz operas, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, legendary Amiri Baraka.
This is an excerpt from a poem called Why Is We Americans? But reality is an excerpt on television. Why is we Americans? Why is we Americans? Boudita, 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 boudita. Beep, dee, 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 boo, dee, boo, dee, boo, boo, boo. What I want is me, for real. I want me and myself, and what that is what I be and what I see and feel, and who is me and the what it is and who it is, and when it me is what it be. I'm going to be here if I want, like I said, self-determination. But I ain't come from a foolish tribe. We wants the mule. And you can make it 300 years of blue chip stock in the entire operation. We want to be paid in a central bank, the average worker farmer wage for all those years we gave it free. Plus we want damages for all the killings and the fraud, the lynchings, the missing justice, the lies and frame-ups, unwarranted jailings, the tar and featherings, the character and race assassinations, historical slander, ugly caricatures. For every Sambo, step and fetch it flick, we want to be paid. For every hurtful thing you did or said, for all the land you took, for all the rapes, all the Rosewoods and Black Wall Street you destroyed, all the miseducation, jobs lost, segregated shacks we lived in, the disease that ate and killed us, for all the mad police that drilled us, for all the music and dances you stole, the styles, the language, the hip clothes you copped, the careers you stopped. All these are suits, specific litigation as represent we, be like we, for reparations for damages paid to the Afro-American nation. Boudita, boudita, boudita. We want education for all of us and anyone else in the black belt hurt by slavery, for all the native peoples, even them poor white people you show all the time is funny, all them Abners and Daisy Mays, them Beverly Hillbillies who never got to know Beverly Hills, who never got to Harvard on their grandfather's wills. We want reparations for them, right on, for the Mexicans whose land you stole, for all of North Mexico, you call it Texas, Arizona, California, New Mexico, Colorado, all that, all that, all that, all that. Be-dee-da, doo-doo. Ba, 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 doo, doo, doo. All that you got to give up. Autonomy and reparation to the Chicanos and the Native Americans whose soul you ripped out with their land. Give self-determination, regional autonomy. That's what Maui is asking, and they're going to do the same when they demand it like us again in their own exploited name. Yeah, the education, that's right. 200 years. We want a central stash, a central bank with democratically elected trustees and a board elected by us all to map out from the referendum we set up what we want to spend it on to build that Malcolm sense self-determination as self-reliance and self-respect and self-defense, the will of what the good Dr. Du Bois beat on, true self-consciousness, simply the psychology of freedom, boudita, boudita, bidita, boudita, that ba ba ba, boudi boudi boo boo boo. Then we can talk about being American. Then we can listen. Then we can listen without the undercurrent of desire to first set your ass on fire. We will only talk of voluntary unity, of autonomy as vective arms of self-determination if there is democracy in you. That is where it will be shown. This is the only way we as Americans. This is the only truth that can be told. Otherwise, there is no future between us but war, and we as rather lovers and singers and dancers and poets and drummers and actors and runners and elegant heartbeats of the sun's flame. But we is also at the end of our silence and sit down. We is at the end of being under your ignorant smell, your intentional hell. Either give us our lives or plan to forfeit your own.
the Lower East Side, Lisa Jesse Peterson.
I used to be an ice cream fiend. You see, it all started when I had a large scoop of Rainforest Crunch with extra walnuts. Would you like a cup or a cone, miss? A cup or a cone? A cup or a cone? A cup or a cone? And I was in a zone where I had to make a wise choice between a cup or a cone. You see, it's more fun with the cone because I lick the tip. And then I crunch and munch the cone. And then I lick the tip again and I crunch and munch the cone until there's only one sip in the bottom tip of the cone and I pop it in my mouth and grin because I like that game. But the last time I had a cone in public, men associated my lick to their dick and said mean things and made the milk curdle in my gut, so I stopped ordering cones a long time ago. Fuck it, I had it in a cup. So I got my large cup of Rainforest Crunch with extra walnuts, and I'm doing my large cup of Rainforest Crunch with extra walnuts dance. You know, hey, ho, hey, ho, hey, 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 Slim, Slim, Slim. Yeah, you. I'd like to stick my dick in that cup. What? What? The rage welled up. The milk curdled in my cup as he grabbed his nuts, making the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. I realized I was facing a degenerate beast from hell who was sent on a kamikaze mission to ruin my day, curdle my cream, and make me have to draw. So I drew my blade, and it cut the roof of my mouth as it somersaulted out. Your mother should have aborted you after conception, and thank God for abortion, because seeds like you don't deserve to be nurtured in the womb but belong in the belly of a surgical hoover and saved and preserved for an 8th grade frog dissecting class and thrown, I don't know, like a food fight, thrown up in the corner of the chalkboard, rotting and crustified for days till you flake to the floor and a janitor comes in, sweeps you up and away forever. Fuck you, punk, and fuck a cone, and now because of you, fuck a cup. Matter of fact, motherfuck Ben and faggot ass Jerry. I retreated back to headquarters, breathless from surviving yet another day of battling the slings and arrows of outrageous motherfuckers in the street. And temples throbbing till I spotted a Baskin Robbins and I stopped to contemplate a milkshake in a paper bag. When all I really wanted was an ice cream cone. Y'all been great, thank you.
From Chicago, Kevin Koval.
This is for my family. Family Feud. My mother asked if I've done anything patriotic these last days of white men pointing crooked fingers back at their own conscience. A flag, a ribbon, blood. Nothing have I done different except watch TV. My father screams fist through my face when I mention this new war aids right-wing rhetoric, and maybe the government is involved in ways known secret books from now. Six-Day War in 1967, he mentions later. Arab world poised to push Israel into the Dead Sea, and you were too young to remember, and you only point out the negative, and you don't see progress this country has made. My mother's voice rises like defense shields when I ask if she wants my daughter to be murdered by bombs built in the bombardment of self-delusion. Aren't the bodies and memories buried beneath rubble and war declarations innocent? New York is Afghanistan. I tell her in language I haven't found yet. My grandfather, dead 3 years, returns. Between nihilism and clarity, says Ike and MacArthur are patriots. Why don't you leave this country if you won't lay truth down for it? Arab, mother, lover, you pacifist, goddamn humanitarian. 30 years earlier, my Uncle Stephen took manuscripts to Manhattan to move office mail and furniture rather than continue scraping his knuckles against his father's nearsightedness. My family says I remind them of him every time I open my mouth and dream. But I am staying here, listening to my father speak the John Wayne brutality of white colonialism. Here, in front of my aunt's television set, glued to learn her stories before her heart sleeps silent. Here, in the smoke clouds of ignorance, in the dialectic divide between kin. Here, between the shores of death, trying to speak with my family. My mother is in Arizona. My mother is in Afghanistan. My mother is in Iraq. My mother is in Palestine. I love my mother. Though at times we don't find language to share, I defend her right to exist.
I don't know about y'all, but I certainly feel like this night has changed some things. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank everybody for coming. I want to thank all of the poets that touched stage tonight. Please give it up for them. And of course, to my man Russell Simmons, who made it all possible. Say a few words, Russ.
Hope you're inspired. God bless you. Good night.